documents you get from the publisher, or if you get it from the author, or if you do it yourself, depending on the source material, you have to use different applications. So let's look at the first one. This one, which you have on your computer, it's called OpenOffice. It's an open source development, and it's free to download. And OpenOffice is basically the same as Word, Microsoft Word, but OpenOffice is free. So if you have been using Word, Microsoft Word, then you would be familiar with OpenOffice. And within OpenOffice, we have installed a little plugin, which is called Writer to EPUB. So when you have done your text document in OpenOffice, then you export it to an EPUB file. And this is what we're going to run through at the start of the workshop, just to show you how easy it is, in English at least, to do it. It's a plugin. It's called Writer to EPUB. And I'm going to go through exactly where it is. So that's a very, very good start. And I think when you go home tonight, this is the first application to download and the plugin. The second application is called Calibre, and it's also free and available on the internet. And this is an Indian programmer, very clever man from India, who's providing this application for free. And every time you start it up, almost, he wants to update to a new version, because he's working with this application all the time to develop it. So now I think it's up 0.8.67 or something, and next week it's going to be 0.69 or something. So, and that's a perfect application if you want to go from PDF files with fonts to EPUB. So it's a converter. You go from PDF files to EPUB. It's more of a converter. Or if you have a Kindle reading device, they're using another file type, not EPUB. It's called Maadi. So you can take your EPUB or PDF and convert it to Maadi. Or if you have MovieBox, you can convert it to EPUB. So this is more of a converter. And it can also read EPUB files. That's good. We're going to check our Arabic version in Calibre, see if it copes with it. I don't think it will, but we can check. Because that's our big challenge, the Arabic fonts. And then here's another open source project called Sigil. And that's very interesting because that's an application which we call digitizing. So basically, what you see on the screen in the Word document, you get in the code. It's two split view. So it's a Word document, sort of text document, and then you can see the code in two views. So it's very good to learn. Okay, if I type like this, what happens in the code gives you a very good understanding. And so the workflow is like this. We're going to just together do our first English EPUB file, and then open it up in an application called Adobe Digital Edition. And what that is, it's an ebook reader for the computer. And but the ebook's potential is that you're able to read them on your smartphone, iPhone, Galaxies, Samsungs, or as I have, the iPad. And of course they are quite expensive for students, especially, even for me. But I buy it from my company, so it's half price in Sweden. So that's good for me. So when we have checked on the screen on the computer, maybe you want to transfer it to your iPhone or your Galaxy, if you have a phone with you. We're going to open the EPUB file to see what's in there. Because what it is, actually, it's a zipped folder with HTML documents inside. So we can tell, this is going to be more advanced for you who are web developers or interested in codes, to look in, see what's in there. HTML code and something called CSS, cascading style sheets. So we're going to talk about that. And you don't need to understand everything of this, because even I forget about some stuff, because I'm using templates. If I've done it once, I reuse it later on when I do my next book. So sometimes when I start to go, oh gosh, I don't remember how to do it, and then I go back to my library, my code snippets, or my old templates, and then I just reuse the old code. So I don't have everything in my head. So you don't have to know everything. It is good to have an overview. Okay, I know these kind of documents is over there. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. So, and then of course we have some other applications which I would like to mention. Adobe InDesign is a professional and quite expensive application which is capable to generate EPUB files as well. And the workflow, I think, is a bit more difficult than it should be. I think Adobe should work on this to make it even more simple. It should be as simple as exporting a PDF file, I think, because that's pretty simple. But we're not, I don't think we have time to go through the InDesign workflow. And because this workflow gives you a better understanding. It's easier to start, and it gives you a better understanding how the code works as well. Because that's more hidden in InDesign. You will never see the code in the same way. And then some other applications. When we have, let me show what I open here. EPUB file, how it looks like. So the file ending is EPUB. It means that it's evoked in this kind of format. And now it's going to be a bit more advanced. I'm just showing you. I'm going to talk about this more later. I'm going to unzip this EPUB file. So basically what it is, what you do on the PC, you change EPUB to .zip and then you unzip it. And I have an automated script here doing this for me. You can do it manually. So this is the folder. Let's open that. And here is all the files inside. And let's just mention some of them. Here is a picture. It's a cover. It's a JPEG picture. And here is a very important document called OPF. We're going to look into this as well. And basically here, in the beginning, we have the metadata, talking about who is the publisher, the title of the ebook. So the ebook reader will start to read this. Okay, this is the title, this is the author, this is the ISBN number. All this is in here at the top of this document. And then we have something called manifest. The manifest, here you do it manually, or the application will do it for you, to declare all the files, all the JPEG files, all the pictures, all the documents which the book contains of. And then we have something called the spine. It's the reading order, the page order, number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So that's that file. So let's start to do some hands-on work. I'm going to show you first how to do it, and then you will need to find some text on the internet and paste in into this document. So I'll do it first, and then I'll do it once again with you. Okay? I need to sit down a bit. So I open the OpenOffice from Apache. Then I go for a text document. And here you will see, like in Word. And now I'm going to cheat a bit because I have a prepared document for you. You can use that one. This one. Come on. Okay, so this is the title of the book. This is some text I've taken from the Wikipedia. It has some garbage text, dummy text. A picture. This is about an old English king, I think. And if I scroll down, I have more text. And here I have a chapter title, and a new picture. So this is exactly how you would do in a normal Word document. Now, we're done with the content. This is our ebook. So now we're going to refer to this plugin called Write to EPUB. It's up here. So I click on that one, and it gives me a new screen. And it wants me to fill in the metadata, which is needed to have a valid, a working EPUB file. Without this, it will not work. If you try to sell it, or even if you try to open it, an ebook reader will say, sorry, there are missing pieces in this ebook. So basically, you need to fill in the title of the book, post the author, could be you or your friend, a language. This one is in Swedish, I think, or it could be English. I put Swedish here. And the publisher's name, could be your name or the publisher, of course. ISBN number, if you have one, and the publishing date. So this is what you have to put in. And then maybe you want a cover. So we have the options here. Cover. So you can go for a no cover, then the ebook reader will generate a generic one. Or you can have the first image. If I choose the first image, I think that's the picture of the king here. But it's very low resolution, so I would go for a more high resolution cover, which I have on my computer. Okay, let's find that first. Hang on. I think I have a cover. Search for it. Is it here? Many. There it is. Sorry about that. Sometimes files disappears. So then I go for this option, from file. And then on my desktop, there, that's the king, or whatever it was. So this is basically all you have to do. So now I'm going to press OK. That's fine. And now it's thinking, and it gives me an EPUB export is complete. OK. And on my desktop, somewhere, when did I put it? Important that you save it somewhere you find it. Now the document is saved on my desktop, and here is my EPUB file. So if I double click on this one, it will open up in this application, Adobe Digital Editions. I should never done that. close that one. I have to do it again. Right? Here we go. Now, flicking through. So it seems to be in working order. So basically, this is what you do to create an EPUB file in a very, very simple, most simple form. And then you might not be happy with the result. You want to maybe, when it says that the victory over Mercia, maybe you want that bigger, like a chapter. So you can do that in different ways. But this is the sort of the starting point which I would like you to start with. So now you can find some text from the internet. I hope we are connected to the internet. We are. Good. Yeah. Go to, for example, Wikipedia. Open up the browser. Go to Wikipedia.org. And search for a topic. I search for golf. So I will copy and paste some of this text, the first part here, and the picture. So now we have, if you found some text you're happy with, I'm going to wait for a bit. You can also open Office. So you have something to paste it in. Have you been able to go to Wikipedia? Here's another service. If I want just some dummy text, I search for lorem ipsum. That's very common that it's like fake Latin. It doesn't mean anything, but you get a lot of text. So there are a lot of generators online. So here I search for this, and I have some dummy text. You can do this in Arabic as well. There's an Arabic lorem ipsum. So it gives you just Arabic random letters, characters. Yes?
There's a kind of problem with my Adam, and URL or hyperlink inside my text will be able to source it to EPUB.
Yeah, but I don't think it will go within the EPUB. We'll see.
Yeah, I tried it.
Yes.
So like you have to come from Wikipedia with hyperlinks.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so
Have to use that.
I can do it.
Okay.
So me it was sorted.
Yeah, we'll see, because last lesson I had, we had the same question, and then the EPUB file had the links. Please understand. Have you found some text, everyone? Or otherwise you can type it in by hand, just doing like this. So I changed my mind. I went from Wikipedia to lipsum.com and generated some fake text. All this I'm going to use.
Method in which format are you saving the documents in the open office?
No, it's going to be OPT. You can use OPT. So I highlight my dummy text, copy it, go to OpenOffice, and change this, or add, maybe. Add this dummy text, I have to resize it so you see. I don't think you will see it, but... And here I can see the hidden characters. You can switch that on and off by using this. Non-printing characters. I usually have it on all the time so I can see this is a new line. A dot between here means a space. But here if you want to take it off. Now I have lots of text. And I will wait for you until you have text in your text document.
Arabic itself.
We'll wait with Arabic to use the English. Arabic will be, that's a challenge. So I got the questions previously. When I copied and pasted from WikiLeaks, I have some links here. It's going to be very exciting to see if these links are working in the EPUB file as well. So we're doing a test here.
What extension C will
Say again?
extension C will not paste the
ODT, yeah.
ODT?
But we're going to find a picture as well. So you guys who have the text already, go and find two pictures. One picture for the cover, and one picture which you put in the text. Take my golf picture here. And on the Mac, I don't know how it works on the PC, but it's drag it to the desktop at least. You should have this. This is one way to insert the picture. Insert from the menu, picture from file. Now I have my picture somewhere in the text. It doesn't matter what picture it is or how big it is. Just a picture. Now I'm going to look for a covered picture. And it would be nice to have it like a portrait one. This is a landscape one, a portrait one, or like a standing picture. Because the ebook is mostly in this kind of format, standing portrait mode. I search for golf image. So now I found my cover picture. I will go around and help you because I did this very quickly. Some of you, I'm sure you need some help. Good. You have top students here, front row. You have pictures, you have text. You have something strange there. You copy, yeah, okay. So take some of the pictures, assess them there. What it is. How do you guys? Wow, you're quite advanced, you're quite ahead. Are you trying Arabic? Yeah, good luck. Good. Good challenge.
I want the file and the picture from the search as actually what the next
You have it from file, you need to save the picture somewhere close.
I saved the picture
You have two pictures from this is text, and then you save the other one.
how to insert it into the text
We'll do that later.
pages.
Yes, the cover is the downstream. Yeah. Okay, you just put it on the desktop somewhere. Yes. Working? Good. And you need another one for the cover. Just save on the desktop. You don't insert it, just save it on the desktop. Or in my pictures, yes. You have a text? Yeah. Video. We are ready in a couple of minutes. So you can. We're able to. Oh, good. Perfect. Perfect. And okay, looks like you're winning. You're managing to do this. One more question here. That looks fine. Same problem. The hammer. Here in the front. Yes. We'll look into that. Good. Now is the second phase. We have our picture and text and hopefully a separate JPEG cover on the desktop. So again, we go into this icon. Some of you have done this already. I've seen that you're quite ahead here. Press that one. Oh, we have to save the document first. And give it a name, save it on a desktop. My book. And you can save it as the ODF text document. That's the OpenOffice file suffix. And then press this again, right to EPUB. Here. We managed to do this. Any problems? Oh yeah, I saw that before. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's fill in the title. My title is going to be gold. Author, it's going to be my name, Eric. Actually, it's Wikipedia, but I'm cheating here. Language, if you are playing around with Arabic, you should go for that. Arabic. There, but mine is English. Publisher, it's me again. Eric Company. I don't have an ISBN number, so I'll leave that blank. Publishing date. You can put in year, month, and date. I just put in the year here. And some of you ask me, what's the difference here? If you have the default option, it's the first image. What first image? It's the first image in your document. So that's my gold picture, and it looks distorted. So I go from file. I choose the other one, the third option, from file. And then you browse to your desktop and find your cover picture. There. And what's this then? You see it's a black frame. I usually go for a white background. So I choose the white color. And by the way, this is I saw some of you typing in description. That's very good because that's one of the good metadata tags you can use. Description. You describe your book. This book is about golf and my visit to Andalusia in Spain and blah 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 blah. It's the same as you when you turn the book, a printed book on the back or on the front, how you say, you can read about the book. It's the same text. And then click OK. And then you will get a warning, no header present. I'll talk about that later. Do you get any errors? The gentleman here got an error. Anyone else? Getting any errors? You get errors? No? So, good so far? Except for you? Now, the big mission is to find where is the EPUB file. Hopefully, it should be in the same location as your document, maybe on the desktop. Mine is here. I double check that one. Look, I have text. I have bold text and I have normal text. I have a golf picture. And I have links. Do they work? I get this hand. Yes, so the links seems to work. They do. Now, we had some problems with something. Let's look into that. Wow, error. think the one good thing could be to clean up just to have text. Yes, because when you copy, this is something wrong. Take that off. And try again. Okay. So you had the same problem, which was. It looks perfect. Okay. And it's working, and it should be on the desktop now. So where is the EPUB part? That's the question, isn't it? And all these tables and so on. If you take off, you just have text. You can take off quite a lot. You just need one page. Yeah, that's okay. We'll talk about that later. So that's okay. No, that's not okay. It's a bit more inspiration. I'm going to show you other things as well. Okay. Have you managed to find your EPUB file? Have you tried to click on it? Yes, good. First image or from
عشان هو ده الفيديو بتاعه وعشان كده الأدوبي ديجيتال اديشن عشان كده مطلوب هو ده يفسر ليه موضوع البرامج في خاطر في مشاكل كتير برضه انا هحاول كده برضه ان انا
I think also he's the one who's knows how to do it. He's the one who's
That was the idea.
Okay, guys, we have some questions, similar questions. When you have saved your EPUB on the desktop or wherever, it's going to be two documents with the same name. But one is like the Word document, the Open Office document, your original document. And when you export a PDF, you will have a new document with the same name, but that's the ebook. And on my computer, I'm always using so I can see the file suffix, so we'll say .epub. You can do the same on the PC, but most of the PCs here don't show the file. This is file suffix.
You can use it
Say again? You can use.
now you put on it on the file, you just move this file.
You can rename it. Yeah. You can call it for EPUB. But you can see the symbol, the icon, it says EPUB in it. Yes, because you're using Arabic text. Very difficult. That's the challenge. That application from Adobe doesn't understand Arabic. But there is the reader is not very good. That's why some of you is trying to use Arabic text fonts. And then you will see the challenge. That's maybe why there are so few Arabic ebooks. Because it's much easier to do this in like English, and when the text is read from left to right instead of right to left. But that's what we're trying to figure out this day. This is the big challenge. How can we do good Arabic ebooks? I'm not sure if I have the answer. And Rami and I, we have been looking into this as well, doing some tests. And it seems it comes down, the EPUB file is fine. The document you're doing is valid. That's working. But as I said previously, the reader we're using here to read the ebook is from Adobe. And that application is not very good because they don't put any effort to update that application. And they have been criticized for that. A lot of people say, hey, you have to support acrylic, you have to support Chinese, and Adobe, they don't bother. Because why? I'm not sure. Not even Apple has a desktop application to read ebooks. Everyone wants to read and put all the efforts on the iPads and then the surfing devices and the smartphones. That's where everyone is trying to to create good readers. And I found iBooks, the Apple one app for the iPad, supports Arabic text, so it works. But when you turn the pages, it's in the wrong direction, so it's not fully supported. Another app called Bluefire Reader says it supports Arabic text and it flips the pages in the correct order, but the text seems to be switched around. I'm going to show you later on. And I tried to, because Dr. Sharif found some EPUB readers for the PC, and I tried to look for them, but I didn't find them. So I think there must be an EPUB reader for Arabic somewhere developed in this area. So that's a challenge as well. So it's the EPUB files we will be doing later in Arabic is fine. We need to find a good reader to read it. Because again, the EPUB file, when you unpack it, it's an HTML documents, and you have perfectly working HTML websites in Arabic, so that should be fine. So maybe that's a challenge for you guys as well, to find someone who makes this EPUB reader for the Arabic language. The best one. We did see someone from Dr. Sharif, Professor Sharif, showed us from Saudi, I think. But that was like a closed application. You couldn't add your own EPUB files. That's what we want. We want to buy EPUB files, and we want to add your own EPUB files for the same reason. We don't want to have a closed one where we only can read a certain amount of EPUBs. They're EPUB files. So I'm going to show you some. This is the most simple way to do an EPUB file in English. And now I'm going to make it a bit harder. I'm going to talk about style sheets. Style sheets. And if you have been working in Word professionally or in InDesign, you maybe know what style sheets is. It's basically a way to mark up different type of text paragraphs. So I'll show you. And this is going to be a bit more difficult to understand. And I had problems myself. Because I hate Word, to work in Word. I think it's very difficult. And this style sheets was this. And I'm going to show you the benefit using style sheets all the time. If I open my book here again, you will see a major problem here. This is the first paragraph, and you can see the text is indented. It shouldn't be like that. The next paragraph should be indented. The first paragraph should start here. The same here. You need a picture. I think it should start with no indent. Indent is the space here. It should start here. The P should start here. That's correct. So the best way to deal with this is to use style sheets. And I'm going to show you in OpenOffice why it will benefit for you when you work in InDesign and Word, and even if you convert it to EPUB, why it's good. So I'm opening up my OpenOffice document, and I have in cheating, I have two prepared. This one has no styles, and this one has styles. So I will open up both of them, and we will compare them. So this option here is for style sheet, so we need to open up that one. And let me see, where is the window? Tools. Because it's not open on you, is it? On your computers. Where is the style sheets? I need to sit down. Can you see it from the menu, if you help me? Styles, I think it's called. Ah, typical, isn't it? Where is it? It could be F11, if I remember correctly. Did you try that function, F11? Oh, there it is. Styles and formatting. Format, styles and formatting. On the Mac it's Apple T, but I think it's F11 on yours. Let's have a look. Format. Styles and formatting. Yeah, F11. I have a good memory. Then you will bring up a new little window. Are you seeing that? Good. So if we have a look on my other document here, there is a menu down here. If you go and choose applied styles, that's the styles the document is using. When you choose that one, it should be empty. Yeah, you have. You can go back to all styles if you choose applied styles instead. Applied, yeah. Applied styles. Yeah, you don't have any styles. That's right. Sometimes there are some styles. You go from automatic to applied styles. There. Yeah. You have styles. Okay, now I'm going to show you the benefit of using styles. And this is not just for ebooks, it's for if you work with long Word documents. And if you're a publisher, you should talk to your author or your writer, use style sheets. So I'm going to make it bigger. So this is my first paragraph. And as you might see, one of those, there is no indent here. This is the proper way. The second paragraph is indented. The text starts a bit later. So when I highlight this, I can see I have done a style which I call body first. So I have body first and body indent. That's my name. It could be Mickey Mouse 1, Mickey Mouse 2, as long as you understand what it's for. So why is this good? I'll show you now. So I mark my text with style sheets, and how do you do that? That could be the first tricky question. So I try to put in some text here. New text, writing text, and then I highlight the text, and then I go under this new style from selection. Then I can name my style to something, or choose which one style I want to go for. I want to go to body first. So that's the way you create a style. And it's the same approach if you work in Word. And now, why is this good? Yes, because if you have a long document and suddenly the publisher saying, oh, no, I want to change the whole book. I want more indent. I want this much indent. Or I want another font. Or it should be bigger. Instead of going in, doing all the text, to just change the style. I'll show you now. So this style sheet, this text is using this style. So what I want to do is to modify this style. And I'm going to indent. And instead of 5mm, I will have 15mm. Okay. And now, you see, it's 3 times as much. Not just here, but for the full book. So this is the smart way to work with text documents. Try to start to use this in Word as well, if you're writing your thesis and so on. And for The EPUB file is very good to use this because these style sheets, these names, we can use in the EPUB file as well. And here's another tricky one. I've used W2E underscore before the name of the style sheet. Why this? This is because the plugin needs to understand that you want to bring the style sheets to the EPUB file. So you need to name your style sheet with W2E underscore. This is a bit complicated. It's a bit crazy for this application. And here's another one. WTE means write it to EPUB. That's the name of the plugin. So the plugin maker has decided if you want to use the style sheets in the EPUB file and export them, so you need to put this in this. And again, this is quite advanced. So if you don't understand everything of what I'm saying now, maybe it's not a big deal for you. You will, if you work with this, you will figure it out anyway. And some simple ebooks, they don't use this. Even if you buy them on Amazon, you will see their commercial ebooks from American publishers. They will have all indented text. They don't bother. All the text is indented.
How can I make sure that the file I've used is EPUB?
How can you be sure?
The file EPUB 3. EPUB 3 is the last list, right?
Yes, but wait, good. There's a question here about EPUB 3, it says, or that's the new standard. But we are working here with the EPUB 2.1. That's the old standard. And that's because most of the ebook readers and the surfing device only supports 2.0, 2.1. So if you create an ebook with a new standard, it would not be able to read. The big difference between 3 and 2. Now again, this is quite advanced, but the new standard can have videos and audio inside the EPUB file. Okay, so one more style sheet. So if you don't fully understand this, or you don't bother with indent and so on, this is more important. It's a tag called heading 1, H1. And that means in web language that this is the biggest headline. H1, H2 is smaller, H3. It's when you do a thesis or a document, you can have a big headline and then smaller headlines, different levels. H1, the top one, is very good to use for your chapter headlines. Because when you generate the EPUB file, then each headline will be a new document. So if you have a book with 20 chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, or like my first day at school, my second day at school, whatever the chapter is named. So if you use headline 1 on that text, it will generate separate documents. It's very, very good. And here is how you do it. Let me see here. This I have marked big and bold. So that's my chapter mark. And there are different. You can go here and choose all styles, for example, and then choose heading 1. So if you find one line somewhere, and in OpenOffice you can make it bigger, bold, and with a bigger font, but also you highlight it like this, and find heading 1. So this is quite good to do. Some of you just have one page. Maybe you could duplicate. You could copy all the text and make 2, 3 copies. So you have more than one page. You define the all stars here. All stars, and then I do a new one for you. I'm going to use that one. I'm marking this text, highlighting the text like this. Then I go to heading, heading 1, double click. This is what I want you to do now. If you can find create 2 chapters, 2 of these, 2 heading ones. And after the heading, of course, it should be indented text, so I go for, I call body first. Again, don't be too sad if you don't understand everything of this, because this is a bit more advanced. And for your first EPUB file, you don't need to do this. But it's very good to know that there are such functions and features. So this is more advanced. I'm showing you easy stuff and advanced stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to export this. I'm going to save it with another name first. Save as new. Again, I saved it somewhere, but I didn't find it. So I need to do it again. Desktop. Here's my document. Now I'll open it up. Check it. Ah, look at this. That looks better. Family, it says here, this is Swedish. This is my new chapter. And this is what contains the new chapter. The first paragraph, perfectly. And then you have the second indented. Ah, my second chapter. My third chapter. Yeah. So I think this is enough for this application because we have more applications to go through. And this work approach is best if someone gives you a Word, if you're a friend or if you do this stuff, you have a Word document, this could be the best workflow. You take the Word document, open it in OpenOffice, you fix some stuff, or you don't, and then you go directly to EPUB and see, does it look okay? And maybe it does, and then you're happy. If it doesn't, then you can open up and adjust the style sheet, which we will look into, and work with these style sheets and so on. But this half, isn't it in breaks plan? Yes? I think I got a question here. Can you go straight from Word? Can you use Word to save to an EPUB? No, because as far as I know, there is no plugin or feature within Word to do that. But you can use the Word document and open it in OpenOffice. Well, okay. We're going to work for 30 more minutes and then have a break. So as you see, some stuff is very, very easy, and then you can dig down into very difficult stuff. And if you're a good coder and so on, you can do that. But now we're going to do something more simple. We're going to use this other application called Sigil. So let's close the applications you have. We'll start over again. Keep in mind where you have your text document, the gold document or whatever. Try to do something in English, because then you will see better results. The Arabic one is difficult. So if you double click on Seal, and then maybe you can use the same text. Yes, you have to open your document again from OpenOffice and then copy and paste from there. I will do that. Been able to find some text, paste it in. What I've done as well, because this application is what we call visible, what you see is what you get, it's called. So there is an icon here where you can have a double view. So you can see how it looks like in the Word, text document, and the code here. So you have a split window. And here is the icon. It's the book and the crocodile gaps. I will give you 5 minutes to do this, and I'll go around and check if you have any problems. You don't have to work with pictures this time, just with text, so it's a bit quicker. Yeah, good. Good, you're winning. And some of you are very, very quick. Used to struggling with yes. But just need some paper page. And then when it's in text, just scroll down. See if you can find some text on the internet for you. If you go to yes, so it's good. Yes. That's good. It's good news. Very good news. Very good news. I tried that. Have you tried that? This is
هذا مقابل لما هي في الاخر هيجي يقول لك انا ممكن اشيل دي بس
Okay. Have you seen it open? Oh yes, if you go back to the seal, this is methodology. Sorry, I forgot to say, Seal is the application you have on the desktop, so you have to go back to the desktop to find Seal. You can minimize that. And you look at Seal. It's a bit confusing, it's a lot of application we're using. But this is a new part. And then now you need to put in some text. Okay. You're doing very advanced stuff now. Just take a close take that. Good stuff. Okay. So now, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, what we will do now? This is another approach. I mean, you can pick either OpenOffice or this, and it's up to you which your favorite application will be. And let me see if I remember this correctly. Save or save as. I think this is the icon up here. You name it. My newest book. Newest. And I save it on my desktop. Let's see if it's there. Here's my EPUB file. This is how it looks. Yeah? You see the difference here? In this book, the paragraphs doesn't have any indents. It has a new line. And this is the good when you do fact books, textbooks and so on. This is more common that you have a blank line between the paragraphs. In fiction books, you have indents. And this is called, of course, can you change? So this is a very, very quick run through the Seal application, which maybe is better in some ways and worse in other ways. So, what maybe I should inspire you a bit. We can talk about, this is the simple form of the EPUB files. We can look into what we can do with video and audio as well and discuss that. So I'm going to show, do you have any smartphones with you? Do you have like Samsung or iPhone? Do you have an iPhone? Samsung? So you need to find an ebook reader for your smartphone and start to read ebooks. And I think the leading one is Aldico. If you go to Android Marketplace, you download Aldico. Now I'm going to show you some books. Some of you have seen it yesterday and the day before. But I want to talk about the possibilities for you to do really good, advanced.
I have a question. Now, there is we deal with files.
Yes, that's right.
In case, for example,
Yeah, we did. You can take that off. Yeah, you have to go to the OPF part and take off the listing of that part. Yes. But I think you can do it within the application as well. Yeah, I think there's a just uncheck somewhere in the settings. I don't want that in my book. I've seen that. So you can do it both ways, in the code or... Okay. Okay, now you don't have to work. Just listen and think. Come up with good ideas. So I'm using my iPad now. And we are going to look into some EPUB files. So let's have a look on a normal, sort of normal EPUB file, which is text-based. It's this book. It says, I'm sorry I'm dead and I can't come to school today. That's like an excuse if you're late. This is the most extreme excuse you can come up with. I'm not just stuck in the traffic, I'm dead, basically. That's the title. And the author here, this is her first book, and she's writing about her childhood or when she was a young youth, a teenager. And so this is basically the same as you would be able to do, a normal textbook. But what I've done here, I've added sound files. Oh, so I have to hold this one. Otherwise, you see the bar in the upper right corner? So if I click here, it has a sound embedded. And I'm not sure you can hear that, but it's someone walking in the stairs. Because she's referring, I'm in the school. So she went back to her original school and recorded how it sounded when she was walking in the corridors to give it more a feeling that this is how it sounds, basically. And later there is when she's hoovering, she's cleaning, and she's by the sea in a fishing boat and so on. So this is perfect for some kind of books. And this feature you can't do straight away in OpenOffice or Security. You have to open up the HTML file and put in the code separately. It's not hard because you can see how if you come across a website, you can check the code or you can look up the code on Google. It's just a code snippet. Audio tag it's called. And if you want to add video, it's the video tag. But then, of course, the problem is not all ebook readers support this, because this is a part of the new standard we talked about before. But Apple's ebook reader application supports this. So that's why it's working here. And I'm sure, like the Samsung readers and Kindle will support this as well. I think Kindle does it already with a new update, which came in September, and previous as well. So this is one way, one thing you can do to add sound. Also, here, the text down here, I'm going to make the text bigger. This is one of the big features with normal ebooks. You can make the text very big. This is in Swedish, by the way. We have some funny characters as well. You see the A's and the O's. They have a little omlat, a ring on top of it. Makes it hard for OCR scanning in Sweden. Here, you see it's like purple. 10 top Daniel's most common celebrating phrases, it says. So if I click on that one, that's that link. And now it opens up a PDF file. So this is a quite exciting feature that you can, which I haven't seen more than in one ebook before. So when I saw that, oh, that's interesting. How did they do that? So I downloaded that ebook, that EPUB file. I opened it, like we have done today, unzipped it, and looked into the code. Ah, that's how they do it. So that's that's the best way to learn things. You look into other people's work and see how they code it. So that's why it's good to understand when you do something in OpenOffice and look at the code or in Zeal, so you can refer to the code so you understand. So when you have this is an external PDF which is inside the EPUB file, and of course because it's a PDF you can have illustrations here as well. So what can this add to a book? I think we mentioned that before. You can read the book from page 1 to page 300, but if you have these little side stories, which she has, you can read more about the characters. This is John walking on the street, yeah, but maybe you want to read more about John, his background and his relationship with other characters in this book. You can do that. Have you seen the American film Pulp Fiction? That was sort of, you had a lot of stories going on at the same time, and then finally the characters in the different stories, they met and bad and good things happened. So there's a lot of stories within the same book. So you can be more creative nowadays. And the author here said, I don't want to spoil the reading experience for everyone. Only those, you should be able to read the book normally. Don't listen to any sounds and anything. But if you want, you have that option. So it shouldn't be too disturbing. You can just skip it. So this is one way you can make the book a bit more. I mean, if you have a printed book and you want to create an ebook version of it, then you can add more stuff, and maybe that's why people will buy the ebook, because it has more. It's like a DVD with extra material. So let's look at the another one. Here is about it's a fiction book about a history, the bloodbath of Stockholm. This was in the 15th, 16th century. It was a long time ago. We were in war with the Danish people. We've always been fighting with the Danish or the Norwegians, but not nowadays. We're very friendly with them.
For 500 years ago.
Yes. We haven't had any wars for quite a while. So this is, the target group here is for maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 years old young people, boys and girls. So it's a fiction story from that time, and they're referring to to people who existed, like our king at that time, but also fake, fictional people, characters. So if you are 8, 9, you don't know who Gustav Vasa was, that's the king's name. So therefore you can click on Christian, I think that's the Danish king. So if I click on Christian, which is purple here, oops, it goes blue, it shouldn't, because I move this. Let's do it again. The problem with this, that's why it goes blue. So, I click on Christian, and it flicks through actually a couple of 100 pages in one go. And then here, you can read about King Christian II. And he was the king of Denmark and Norway between 1513 and... So this is like a quick way for a very impatient young guy who don't want to go on the internet to look who's Christian. Just presses here and can find more facts about the king. But here is another thing. There is a third level. If you click on King Christian here, you actually go to the internet, to the Wikipedia. And you can read about King Christian.
Even more.
Or you can put a video here to video or YouTube or whatever. So you can be very creative within the EPUB file, but also externally. And I think external links and so on works in Adobe, the reader you're using on the computer, Adobe's. So that works. So if you can't put the video inside the EPUB, you can always link to it. It's always a clever way to do things if it doesn't work the first time. So we go back. And what we did as well was, have you heard, I'm not sure, have you heard about Spotify? It's like a music service. You can listen, it's a subscription. You pay £100 a month or 50, depending on the subscription service. And then you can listen to all the music there is almost online. So it's a streaming service. You can listen to Beatles and all the new music. So this girl refers to some songs. Not this one, no. The other book. Let's go back. That was the other book. And I think it's in the beginning. Make the text a bit smaller. Again, depending on the reading apps, you have lots of settings. You can change fonts. Showing you. And if you read at night, you make it black and white like that. And different reading applications have different features. And so basically the same. There is a link where it says the title of the song. You click here, and it will go to Spotify, which is an app you have on your computer, or your iPad, or your Samsung Galaxy, and you can listen to that song or the full album in the background. So you don't have to embed, and you're not allowed to embed Britney Spears in your ebook. That would be serious. The lawyers from the States will hunt you down. But you can refer to it, and if you have Spotify, you can listen to it. It's a good extra service. And let's go back. Someone of you were working in a library for children, and you were interested in children's books. And here, what time is it now? 10:02. Yeah. Firstly, I'm going to show you how it looks like. What children's books, picture books, it's called. How it looks like on the iPad. And I have an app. If you have an iPad, you can do this. Very simple. Here they are. So I have done quite a few in Sweden, and maybe this is the funniest one. I like this one. This is about an old man living in an apartment, and he doesn't talk to his neighbors. He's very shy. He's very, very shy. And his name is Stig. It's a very normal Swedish name. This says Stig looks out. But this is Stig. And that's where he lives. This is his balcony. So what's so special with this kind? Yes, it is because you see the pictures. It's called full bleed. It goes out to the very, very edge of the book. You can't do that in normal EPUB files. And here it's almost like a PDF file. The text, you can't change the font size of the text. But it's still text because you can highlight it, you can mark it, you can copy and paste it. So it's not a picture, it's proper text. And then of course you have this, so it looks like children loves to do the flicking the pages like this. They absolutely love it. So this is a picture book. And of course if you can do it like this and read it like this, or that way. And here you can see the text is on top of the picture. Again, you can't do that really in a normal EPUB file where the text is flowing and you can change the fonts. So this is something called fixed layout. In Sweden, Daniel and I, we started to call this ebook plus. Plus because it's better than a normal ebook. We have a lot of services where you have Google Plus, for example. So ebook plus, this is what we call them. And Apple, they are not very good because they call this fixed layout for the developers. To the market, they call it enhanced books, multi-touch books. They have different names on the same feature. So we're trying to come up with this idea to call it ebook plus. Okay, so let's have a look at one more of this, and then I'll show you how to do it with no coding. It's a very nice feature. Let's go for even a children book for smaller people, smaller children. This is for maybe 3, 4, 5-year-old. So you work more with graphics. And as you see, it's like a square format on this one. And now, this is the fun part. I'm going to show you how to do this. When I did these books, I did them manually. Each page is a separate HTML document. And there is no application that can do this, so I had to do it manually, like coding in Node++. And now, but there is an app for it now. It's a bit limited. You can do more if you do it manually by hand. This is the app called Book Creator. It's here. So if I open up that one, and this app is not free. I think it was like 40, 50 or 60 pounds. It's not a massive amount of money. So this is just some crazy books I've done. So what you do is you add plus new book. Would you like a portrait, square, or landscape book? Let's go for a square book. This is like a template. Okay, a white page. This is obviously the cover. And then you go to your pictures. And I hope I have. This is from a boat show. Wooden boats in Sweden. This is a picture, and you can. This one I'm going to have bigger, so you can resize it like that. And I think it will crop off. We'll see if you can crop it off. Next, maybe some text. Oh, Arabic. Let's see if this works. I'm not very good in Arabic. I'll just type something. I hope I don't write anything. Yes. Okay, done. And I think you should be able to make it bigger, aren't you? Here. I did that yesterday. well, let's give it. I can make the text bigger, of course. And let's add a sound as well, because with this new, when I bought this app a year ago, it was quite limited. You just do text and pictures, and now it's updated. So you can add videos and sound. So let's add some sound. I press the icon of the sound here. Oh, you can record your own sound as well. Didn't know that. Hello, 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 hello. You want to use this? Yes. So that's my hello, hello. But maybe I have some song or something. The iTunes library is the music I have on my iPad. I have no idea. This is free music I got from iTunes. The 18 single. Okay. And now I press this button. What do you want to do? I want to open it in iBooks. That's my reading application. Now we will come to my shelf, my bookshelf. Let's see, here it is. That's my ebook. I mean, you should have a title, of course. So you open it up. This is the cover, and this is some Arabic text. Where is my sound then? Ah, here it is. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Music. That's pretty simple, isn't it? So if I go back to the app again, because you want to give it to someone or sell it, you go back to the app. I send away a crash report to someone.
What is the name of this application?
Book Creator.
Book Creator.
Book Creator.
It's only on.
You have to have an iPad. How much is the iPad you bought yesterday?
4,000.
4,000. It's a lot of money. It's like a PC or half an iPhone. So
You don't need to buy this. We can take can get iPhone tools free.
yeah, that's another file. It's similar. Yes, it's not exactly.
Much more features than templates.
Yeah. Okay, and you can email it. Email it as an ebook or as an PDF. Your book is larger than 5 megabyte. You can still email it yourself. So this is a very, very nice new feature. And maybe the new way you can do this book with the children. You can do it together. You use your digital camera, voice recorder, and you do the children books together with them. Much more fun.
I actually, just to finalize, I've actually been trying this at home with my children. So what we did is like, we were painting, doing drawings on the paper.
A normal paper.
A normal paper.
Oh, very analog.
Yeah, we tried. If you let me talk, then I will explain.
Okay.
So we're doing that, and we will also doing like, we have an app to draw also on the iPad. So we're trying both. With the papers, I took photos with it, and I put it into the iPad. And then I bring them to this ebook, and we're creating the digital books together with my children. So using both analog pictures that we scan and pictures that we do on the iPad, and then just start to add. Yes. And it always like make a dog. So it's like dog. And I was sitting with my 2-year-old dog. So participate. Good. Okay.
Good. Coffee break. Now, before the break, there was some funny stuff. It was very easy to do, children books. But now we're going to look into the challenges with the Arabic fonts. And Rami here is looking into it together with me, and we have some ideas. And one gentleman here said it works in Calibre, one of the applications. Is it good? So we have a solution thanks to these two gentlemen. So now you can start to do proper Arabic ebooks tomorrow. So it's basically, as I said, it's the reader. The ebook reader has to support this. Plus, you need to have a code in the document saying RTL. RLT. What is it? RTL. Right to left, basically. So, you need to look at that code. Have you... Let's start to do an Arabic text document. So, do it in OpenOffice or in CL. Open up a new document. Say OpenOffice to make it easy to everyone to do the same. Open up OpenOffice, new document, one page with Arabic text. That's all we need. I'm going to do the same. And this is a service again, a generator for dummy text I'm using. This is Arabic text, but it doesn't mean anything. That's perfect for me because I can't read it. Now I need to ask you guys, when you write it in a text document, do you just write a line? Is that how you do it? Yes? So is this correct if I enlarge this? It doesn't say anything, but does it look like it's working? It's working. Good. So tell me when you are ready. I'm saying this as Arabic test. Arabic test on the desktop. Don't forget to put in metadata as Arabic when you do this, language Arabic. Doing well? Find some Arabic text. Using OpenOffice. Create an MP cut file. Yeah.
كمان الدرجة بتاعت حد الدرجة بتاعت حد يا جماعة حضرتك شايف حاجة واحدة زيادة؟ لا مش شايف لا يعني يكون
It's for everybody.
For us, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Can I see your document? Oh yeah, you're using it. And you start reading.
Yeah.
If you can add some numbers, would it work?
I think it's not a problem.
Might be a problem. Sometimes mixed up.
Usually like 400 or something. Alright. That's not zeros as well. Otherwise you won't say that. Okay. And make a new one. Let's see. That's enough. That's enough. You want it on the same line, yes? Yeah. Good. I think I have to say I'm quicker than that. Language Arabic.
Save it.
That's fine. This is the Okay, I think most of you are done. Yes.
It's okay. Just have but let's show him the original line. At the end of the line, since you are meaning first, it's a common
Yes, coming from you.
try to see in context.
I'm going to show you a code to try to install. Run it. Okay, so now we can try again. If you double click on it, it will open up with Adobe Digital Edition, and now we will see the same problem as here. You see? There is no Arabic text because this application doesn't have the Arabic font. The same with other Chinese, Cyrillic, like Russian and so on. So one way to deal with that is to embed a font, or use another e-reader. So let's try Calibre, see how it works in Calibre. It's one of the applications you have on your desktop. So if you double click on Calibre, here, where is it? And so this is both a reader and a converter. My friends in Belarus, they are using it to convert between Kindle and EPUB, but also to read the ebooks here. So it does work. So what you do is to take this off. Do it again. You take your EPUB file and drag it into the interface. And then we say Maadi. And then I think it's just double click on it. Perfect. This is how it looks now. This is just the dummy text in Arabic. But we run out. I don't think this is the final solution because we have some problems when you mix and match Arabic and English on the same line. They are switched. And also, there is a code where you can tell the HTML document to do the right to left. And Rami and I, we have found that code where it should be. And it would be nice if you guys could try to include this in the document. Now it's going to be hard again because we need to unzip the folder and manually put it down.
Actually, we had figured out another solution, and it's easy.
Good.
Seal is other software.
Yes. Yes.
Then try to choose right to left instead of left to right.
Okay, let's try that. Open up NCL. Okay.
You just have to mark out this text, Then right click on it. Right click on the text. Yes, you have direction, take it right and save it in the Word.
Did you see that was very quick? Did you see that? Gentleman here come up with a nice solution in CU. Okay, but that would be your favorite program then. So let's show it again. You copy and paste the text and open up CL. This is my CL. And here's my Arabic text. You should enlarge it. You see, I put in some English test 400. And then right click, direction, right to left. Save it, save as, or save as, new book. Add this in caliber. Good. We can finish early today. You sorted it out yourself. So CL is the application you should download and work with, and then right to left. And use caliber. Yeah, it's comment.
Yes, what matters for me, my point of view, I want to see things right. That's what I'm going to use. I don't care what you to be. I know this exactly. That's what next one will be. Okay, now what would be yes.
So again, lesson learned here. Ram and I came up with changing the code in a complex way. This gentleman, they found the solution inside CL. There's always more than one way to do it. And sometimes I prefer the coding because then I'm in full control where the code goes and what's happening behind. I mean, it's like some people just like to drive the car, someone wants to look inside the car and see how does this work and so on. So it's your personality. Question? Yes?
What's the difference between
It's two different and caliber is more oh yes, good. We're going to convert PDF as well. We have the source PDF. We're going to look into that. This one is create from scratch, or you copy and paste. You need both. And your friends, you send this EPUB file to. Then you have to say to them, download caliber to read this book. On the computer. Yeah, that's, we can have a look on those file readers. But I don't think the Adobe seems to read this right level. I think that's another problem. There's two double problems. I sorted out one problem with the fonts. So I'm going to check the files. Just for fun, we're going to check how. I have two apps. I have the app called iBooks app, and you with the Samsung telephones you can download Maadi ebook reader. And I have another app called the Blue Fire to see if it's working on those apps. I'm not sure if it will. I think again it's a reader problem, not an EPUB problem. The Caliber is the perfect reader for the computer. So now I'm going to connect, I will be quiet for a while, I'm going to connect my iPad to my computer and transfer my Arabic ebook and test it. And then we're going to check out the Caliber's conversion from PDF files to EPUB. I tried that with Arabic, you can try to do that, and I didn't really succeed. It works with English.
You have to go. When do you have to go?
2 o'clock. That's when we finish. Okay. Now, big test. And we know that Caliber is working on the computer. But if you have a surfing device, then we have problems with the readers again. So let's try iBooks. That's my new book, Arabic test. And the text seems to be okay, but the flipping order is wrong. You see? This is not how it should be. So Apple needs to update their application, for sure.
So make a new reader.
Let's see if we have this blue reader. Blue fire reader. Have it somewhere here. Where it is. This is a very good reader because it supports the Adobe's digital rights management and protection. So the Swedish libraries recommend this because you can borrow books. And I think this is the new book. That looked okay, or is it wrong? Wrong. It's wrong. So that's wrong. So what is the problem?
The code is different. Arabic code is different.
It doesn't say anything, it's just dummy text, but it's still wrong.
A word starts from left to right. The letters in the same word starts from the left.
The letters are reversed. I had big hopes for this program because it said to support this. Okay, I'm going to try my friend's application. I think I need to be logged in. Of course. Okay, I'll try Google. Content error. We'd like that. Is this okay? Is this okay? Okay. So this is the Kobo reader. Kobo is a big international publisher, and they have their own app. You can buy books from Kobo, like you can from the Apple's iPad store, but you can also add your own. This is okay, then I'm very happy that we have a full solution for Arabic ebooks.
So we have a...
Only fault here is we need more books then.
So the first application
It's not okay.
first application of the code.
It's not okay.
Yeah, because of the right left. The other one have turned the characters itself, but this one just turned the words. So the words should start from the other direction.
The first word on the right should be the last on the left. But the word itself is okay.
I can tell you what happened exactly. That's this one should be here, so it should be flipped.
Yeah.
And this will be the last one. This will be the first one. So if I'm gonna read it, so it will be like that. It's not going like that. The problem here is about the its word itself. The other problem was the character itself. It was flipped, but here it's the word.
What about the LD on the Android? Can you try it?
Anyone have a Samsung?
Samsung. We have non-Apple product here that we can try to read the EPUB file.
Any Android or should be?
Yes, Android. Yes, Android. Can you try on that one?
I have, but I know it does not support Arabic. I have an
You have Android.
but I tried it already before Arabic. Just the characters does not show up.
So you already tried Android. Okay.
Okay. We can try to embed the fonts.
Yeah.
Rami has we have another idea. We can try to embed the fonts inside the EPUB file. So maybe Aldito, as well as Adobe Digital Vision, can read the font. There will be fonts there, but I'm not sure if it's going to be correct. Then we can try that. Now we're going to be more advanced again. Sorry about all this. This is how it is when you are a developer. Doing something for the first time, it's not easy. So the main problem here is the application, the ebook reader, doesn't have the font installed. It doesn't understand the Arabic font. So you need to help the application to embed the font. So I'll show you. First thing we need to do. Well, I have some funny things on my computer now. What's that? Space. The first mistake a publisher would do is to use the font they have on their computer, like a commercial font which they bought for book producing or PDF producing. But commercial fonts, when you call them, if you call Linotype or any font provider and say, hey, I want to use your font for an ebook, and they will say, oh, okay, you need an extra license. And then you say, why? Yes, because you embed, you take the font file, and put it inside in all books you distribute. So you're distributing their fonts, and then it's not allowed without an extra license. And this is a big problem because the commercial fonts providers, they want a huge amount of money for this. So when I rang one of them in Germany, they said, I want 400 euros, like 4,000 pounds per title per year, and that's way too much money. I would never even make those. I could not earn that money from the ebook. And then you have to look for free fonts, and one source could be Google Web Fonts because you can download fonts there. I couldn't find any Arabic fonts. I could find Cyrillic, like Russian fonts, but when I did a search, I found 2 fonts for free, which I have downloaded. And a font looks like this. You can see now. It's called like a wine. And I think. See what it says here? It's Egyptian wine, isn't it?
Charazet.
Yes, what is it? What is that? A novel? Ah. Because in my hotel there was a wine called the same, on the wine list.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a novel. So when it ends with TTF, it's true type font. It's a certain font, and that would work in EPUB files. Also something called OTF. This is like geeky information, but it's good to know. PostScript fonts will not work. If you have a book publisher working with InDesign, you might have PostScript fonts, but it doesn't work in EPUB. So it's TrueType or Open Type font. So this is the file we need to embed in the EPUB file. And I'm going to show you, I've done this already. I'll show you where it is. If I can find the correct file. I have too many. Here it is. You see, this is Adobe Digital Edition, so it displays the font now. Before it was just squares. I'll show you the problem. If you don't embed the font, it will probably look like this in Aldico as well. You see, it says 400 English tests. That works. But all this is Arabic font and doesn't support the font. If you embed it, if I did this, the font shows up, but we have still problem with, I think, with the reading order and everything.
Actually, the first you can just scroll up.
Yeah, but that is a JPEG though.
This was an image.
JPEG.
One?
Yes, an image. The second. So that's why it works. We don't want that. It's cheating. So, how do you achieve this then? Take this and rename it so I can find it. I have so many files now with similar names, it's very confusing for me. So I'm going to unzip this and have a look. This is the first thing you need to do is to put the font inside the EPUB file. And the best way to do it is to make a new folder inside calling it fonts, naming it fonts. And then you put, I mean, you can have 10, 20 different fonts. One for the headline, one for the book title, one for the quotes, and so on. But this is just one font. So this is the first step. Put the font inside. And now we need to modify two documents. One document is the very important OPF file. Again, this is very advanced. But maybe if we can, if it will work now, we have a solution for some of the readers in the future. So basically, I mentioned this. You have to, if you haven't done it, in the manifest, you have to say, to put in that you have a font embedded. Because here you have to list all the documents and all the pictures. I've been cheating here, and it works anyway, but it should be here. It should be the path to the font itself. So that's one place you should amend. And the next is the style sheet. I was looking at Dreamweaver, I don't want that. Here, I'm going to make this bigger. Click. See that? No, I can't. Sorry, it's going to be hard for you to see. But this is the style sheet. The style sheet controls the design of the layout. This is a bit advanced, but anyway. So you have to put in this. Add font face and then the path to the font. So it's in the font, like in the font folder and then the font name. And then you have to name this font. I just call it SCAG, but it should be maybe the full name. So that we can look up on the Google Internet. This is a very common way to know. This is web standard. So that piece you need there, but also you need to refer to the font, use the font family. This part has to be in the style sheet here in the paragraph or in the H1, but all the places where you refer to the font has to say use this font, use font family, Mickey Mouse or whatever you call it, Arial, Verdana, or So this is the places you need to amend, to embed the font. And maybe this will help for some e-readers. I don't know. For example, Aldico. So my tip would be that you can try this, embed the font. I'm sure you can figure it out, or you already have and check it on Aldico.
Just missed something. How do you open the usual fonts of the EPUB itself?
Oh yeah, maybe I haven't. There is an application for it. It's EPUB Packer.
Yeah.
But you can also change. You go to the desktop. Yes. Do it like this. This is the EPUB file.
Okay.
And then you change the EPUB to zip.
Okay.
And then you unzip it.
It's like a kind of package and yeah.
The problem is when you want to zip it back again, then it's better to use an application, because sometimes it doesn't work because some of the files here needs to be unencrypted.
I think if I try to drag the EPUB file into WinRAR, for example, it will be opened as soon, maybe.
Or hang on, you can use Signilia again.
Yeah.
Because then you can access all the files without having this problem. Shall we try that?
Sure.
Somewhere here, you should be able to see all of the contents. Where is it? Ah, here it is, book browser. See, here you can see all the structure. I wonder if you can open up the style sheet. No. You can't open the style sheet. So you have to use Node++, for example. Then. It's getting more complicated. Again, this is something, I can't give you the full solution. You have to come up with most of it here. But you need to experiment yourself. And I need to go back to Sweden and have a think about this as well. So maybe we'll have a solution even for the reading devices, the handheld, which we could communicate to other publishers, or we can create a network and start to experiment and recommend people to do like a Wikipedia about EPUB in Arabic. So we need to spread the knowledge. And therefore, people will be interested and people will start to read EPUB files, and then we can sell EPUB. So we have to kickstart this market with EPUB files and ebooks. But it's half an hour left, and I think we should have a quick look at Calibur's feature when you convert from PDF to EPUB. And I tried with an Arabic document and it didn't work. And it works with English text documents. So I don't know if you're interested in that, but it's very good to know that it's available. That tool is available for you. So we need to find or create a PDF file. On the Mac, I can print it out as a PDF. Can you do similar? Can you on the PC? Can you take this document we did before in OpenOffice and save it as a PDF? Is that possible? Okay, let's do that. This is my Swedish document, which I will save as a PDF file. export as a PDF is an option. That's very good. And remember to name it to something which you can find on your desktop, which becomes more and more messy. If I open this in Adobe Reader, it works fine. What about you guys? Do you have a PDF file? Yes. Yeah, I'll show you then. It's running. So I open Calibre again. And I do it the Mac way, drag and drop. You can do it different ways. I drop it here. Maadi. Here it is. And now we're going to convert books. So this is the icon, to convert books. And here's the input. On the left-hand side, it's a PDF. It recognizes that. And you can convert it to the Amazon Kindle format, Maadi, or EPUB, and other formats here. But EPUB is the one we want. And you can amend, you can change the title or the metadata again. And you can do a lot of settings here. But we'll do the quick one. And I think the result will not be perfect. But we'll test. Okay. And now it's working. You can see the thing here in the corner spinning. And if I click to open, here is my PDF test. I double click on that one, and it will open up in Adobe Reader. This looks weird because it's the first page. It's like a cover. Look at that. It sort of works, but what happened with the chapter? This is my chapter 1. The picture was centered before. But if you have a normal, again, you can do settings within Calibre, and we have too little time to do that. But it is a good first way if you have Word documents. Save them to PDFs and try Calibre, see how it will look. And then you can experiment with all the settings here. If I go back to Calibre, here, convert books. There's a lot of things you can do here. You can change the font styles. You can have remove spacing between the paragraphs. You can set indent sizes. And even you can have an output profile. So it's optimized for iPad 3, for example, or Kindle. Table of content you can work with as well. If you're good, if you do the style sheets and mark and tag all the chapters with heading 1, then it will generate a table of content. I'll show you what a table of content is, because that's not obvious to everyone. And a proper book should have that. Have you found that?
We'll see.
We'll see. Daniel is now involved. So what is a table of content? TOC. If I open up an ebook here, a proper one which I have done. This is a Swedish crime title. And I click on this symbol here, table of contents. Here, you see? Chapter 1, chapter blah 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 blah. So this is the table of contents. So in this book I have, oh gosh, I have 63 chapters. In the EPUB file it would be 63 XHTML documents. If I go to chapter 58, you see here it says, I'm going to mark it, chapter 58, that is encoded with H1, the tag. So this is how it sort of fits together. It gives you the table of content, it gives you a new document. We will always start on a new page. You see? Annually nodded is the end. It doesn't say chapter 56 underneath. It starts on a new page because it's a new document in the EPUB file. All this will make sense to you after a while when you start to work with it. But try to remember, heading 1 is very important if you want to work with chapters. That is table of contents. Okay. Should I quickly show you the fun and free application called iBooks Author, where you can do interactive textbooks? I'll show you what that is. The main problem is it only works on the Mac computer. I'll show you the textbook. Apple refers to it as textbooks or multi-touch books. So here's a free one. I think the Egypt iBook store has this for free as well. It's called Life on Earth. This is more like an app. And when you start it the first time, it's an opening movie. This is how it works. You see the chapters. This is chapter 1, welcome. And under chapter 1 you have a lot of pages. And then I flick through. This is the next chapter, the third. And I think you can click, you can click on the headline and it goes up, or you can use the thumbnails.
How was this, huh? How was this started on?
It's done with this application I'm going to show you quickly. It's called iBooks Author. It's free, but it only works on the Mac platform. And the books can only be read on the iPad, so it's limited. But the American market is huge, and if you do good Arabic ebooks, you can reach the American and the English market with Arabic readers. So you can think about that. You don't have to sell them in Egypt. You can sell them in the States. So for example, here you have videos. And here you have some interactive features. Videos. Let's see if I can. Here is a quiz. Question 5 of 5. So match the biomass, whatever that is, on this map to the mark. So I type this and then drag it here. So a lot of this interactivity is very easy to produce from the application. And then check answer. Four folds of 4. Maybe I should read this book.
Just one question about this interactive activities. Is it Flash?
No.
I can embed Flash inside.
It's no Flash.
So what is
It's HTML.
Just HTML.
Yes.
But HTML does not.
CSS. It's JavaScript as well.
Sure. HTML and Java.
It's exactly JavaScript. Yeah, you can do a lot with interactivity with HTML5.
Actually, I have some kind of concerns that we can do it with HTML. It should be with JavaScript or something because HTML is just markup language for text. So you have to be kind of like Java or Flash or whatever. And you told us 2 days before that Flash is not supported EPUB somehow.
No, this is not Flash.
Yeah, sure.
You can do a lot of interactive stuff with HTML.
Just with HTML?
Yes. And CSS3. And also JavaScript. And how exactly this is encoded, I don't know, because the file format is locked.
Yeah, sure.
But I've seen websites where you can have you take the code snippets and you can see how it works. So you can have similar interactive stuff as Flash. Okay, so let's look now how the application looks like. Now you have to buy a Macintosh. Some of you need it, and I like the products. I don't like the Apple lawyers because I think they're crazy. They're suing each other, Samsung and Apple is fighting against Adobe. No one is friend with anyone. Say again? Yes.
Not for the EPUB.
Yeah.
Not for the EPUB format, but not now the Mac one.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Okay, so it's here. Yeah, there it is. iBooks Author, it's called. And usually when it starts out, it gives an option to choose a template. Here it is. So they give you like a quick start. You can have 6 different styles. And maybe you recognize Earth, Science. This is the same style as we saw on our textbook. So I'll go for that one. And here is like dummy content. This is Laura Mixon. So this is what you do basically. It's similar to the app I showed you. You can drag and drop pictures here, or you can find media. If I take my cover pictures, let's see if it works. Drag and drop. I think it should. Yes. And there is widgets here. You can have picture galleries. You can insert videos. Keynote is like PowerPoint for the Mac. You can do everything you can do in PowerPoint. Text swishing in, graphs, exploding and everything. You can do that in Keynote, and you can import all that interactivity or animation. 3D. You can even work with HTML. And here is the review, the answers we saw. Like, which is the correct answer? A, B, and C, or D. And you program it from here. And when you're done, you can work with shapes and tables and charts as well. When you're done, you export it. You can export it as a PDF. This is quite good actually. The main problem here, as I said before, it only works on the Mac to produce it. The consumer, the buyer, has to have an iPad. But the other problem is that Apple says you cannot sell this file outside the Apple Store. For some people it's not a problem because the Apple Store is in 150 countries. You would receive 70% of the income of the price. Apple keeps 30%, but they provide the files, they distribute the files for free. They send you the money each month. So it's a good deal for a small publisher. Absolutely. So the tip for you is to create some good stuff in Arabic and try to sell it on the American market. Or you can give this file for free. You can put it on your own website and give it out for free. If you're not able to sell it, you can give it out for free. So it could be sponsored books, it could be the library here who wants to do interactive children books and give it out for free. It's perfect. And here, this is if you, I'm not sure about the license agreement here, if you do something very clever, or you can export it as a static PDF file. So the question is, can you sell that PDF file? I'm not sure. And when I looked it up last time, the license agreement doesn't say. What have you found? You interrupting me. What have you found? Everyone is interested.
Because I want them to download.
What is it?
Oh, yes.
It's an app to read ebooks.
What is it called?
Cordoba.
Cordoba.com. Yeah.
So I'm exporting to an iBook, and here it says, books can only be sold through the iBook store. To publish a book on the iBook store, choose file to publish. Create a version, yes. Because if you're a member, if you have an agreement with Apple, you publish straight away to the shop from here. Now I have my file here, and if I double click on this one, it won't open. You need to transfer it to your iPad, so send it to via Dropbox. So this is a very simple way, and the templates you can modify. You can create your own templates as well, because I'm sure you want your own style of these the book itself, and you can save those templates for the next time. Yes, 10 minutes more left. All the questions, 10 minutes. What do you say? Do you have great business ideas or coding questions?
My question actually is processing
Okay.
It's about selling.
Selling. Okay, I'll show you one tip for you, which I've done for a project with a very, very small budget. What I did, I bought a WordPress template. Someone in India or America, they set up sort of a publishing system template. So WordPress is free, you install it on your server, and then you can make your own website, or be smart, you buy a fully working website and you modify it. I'm going to show you how it works, or how it looks like, the one I bought for this project called Buy Books in Belarus. So it's a bit limited now, but basically, here are the books, and here you can modify. You can have much more content here. You can have videos and author interviews. But this is the important stuff. If I click on this one of the books, you can see the cover. You can rate it. You can put in a review. I think here is. You can write your review, like Amazon. And you can share it on Twitter, Facebook, and here you download it. The deal we did, we had a problem, big problem in Belarus. People in Belarus is a dictatorship. They are not allowed to use the Visa MasterCard to buy online. So what we did, we gave the author a fixed amount of money and say, we will use your book for free on the website for 1 year and we give you £2,000. So these are downloadable for free, but the template itself can cope with web shops like PayPal. So it has all the if you have a PayPal account as a seller, you just take that unique reseller number and modify the template, and you have a fully working web shop, an online web store. So you can have it set it up in a day. Your own. Is that sort of an answer for you?
Yes. And for iPad and Android market, the same or?
Yeah, I mean, if I use my iPad in this website, when I download this file, it will go to my digital shelf straight away.
No, I mean my question is if I want to put my
book
on Apple Market.
Yes. So what did you do? You have to apply to be a reseller at Apple and Amazon Kindle. In Sweden, it's a bit difficult because you need an US VAT tax number. And there are ways to do that. Or you go to another company who take books as is a middle manager. They say, okay, give us the book, we will put them online on the Apple iBook store for you. But we take 10%. Apple takes 30, we take 10, and you get 60. So if you want to do it quick and easy, you go through, I think it's a French company and a German company having these services for Europeans. But my friend in Public in Sweden, they made their own deal with Apple, so it's not impossible to do this.
Yeah. There is another problem, I think, for Amazon. They don't have any containers. No, I mean containers. There is no container for Egypt, for any country in the Middle East. You have to use the US or UK containers.
Okay.
I called them a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes.
They don't have any container for Egypt. They want to, but they don't have enough.
Yes.
Apple had already. I can Amazon. They pay for payments. Different story. They don't have for Egypt.
So remember, again, as I said before, this, I'm not sure if I said it to you, but the e-books in Sweden, we sold 75,000. I mean, all the publishers sold 75,000 e-books in Sweden from January to August this year. But a small company, what they did, Stockholm Text is called, I made some of the books. I mean, they have maybe 10, 15 books in English, which are original in Swedish. They translate it to English, and they sell it on the American market through Amazon and iBook store. And they sold 40,000. One single publisher with 10, 15 books sold 40,000 copies. So maybe that's what you should start with, not try to sell them here in Egypt, because there is a lot of problems with infrastructure, and do good graphic books and sell them internationally. That's where the money is now, today. Yes, so you do an EPUB and then you do a MOBI file as well. And Amazon has a very nice service, a self-publishing service. So they accept, if you have a proper validated working EPUB, you upload the EPUB, and Amazon themselves will convert it to their formats. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless if you are creative, if you are business-minded. And you had your own plans doing children's books, go for that. So you can have your own little piece in this to start. You need an iPad then. That's the problem. Okay, it's 2 o'clock, so this is it. It's very intensive. And thank you very much for coming and helping me, and it would be great if we could keep in contact. Do you have my email? I'll write it here, big letters. If you send me an email, I will receive your email. You see what I mean? Text document here. Eric at ILS. and Daniel is Daniel. Very simple. And hopefully we can come back. Maybe to Alexandria or work with, I don't know, someone else. We like it here.
Some people are waiting for you.
And please keep in touch, and I'm very interested in what we'll do with the children's books as well. Yes, yes. Because the Swedish Institute is paying for us being here and yes, and for the coffee. They would be very happy to see results. They love results.
Not activity based.
No.
They want to see results, not activities. So help us.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.